One school, one book.
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 Hello, Adlai Stevenson families. It's Mr. Wyland here, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the One School, One Book program. This program is a wonderful and exciting opportunity for all of us, staff, students, and families to come together around the book, The One and Only Ivan. As we read this book, we'll learn about Ivan, a gorilla who lives at the mall, and we'll be introduced to many other characters along the way. As a family, we simply ask that you find the time to come together as a household to read. As a school, we will provide you with fun and engaging reading activities to complete each week, and we'll even give you some tips and tricks along the way. Now, I know it's not always easy to find this time, but I also know how important and impactful it can be in our kids' lives. The research tells us that by reading aloud, we help increase the reading abilities of everyone involved, even if the book's a little too tough for them. So thank you so much for participating in this program. Thank you for opening your hearts and your minds to going someplace new with us. And welcome to the One School, One Book program. Weekly updates will be posted on Instagram, Facebook, our website, and will be sent out by phone and email. But if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to call us at 216-838-5300. So again, welcome to the program, and I can't wait to see where the book takes us.
One and only Ivan.
The 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 one and only Ivan. Hello, Adlai Stevenson families. It's Miss Metz here to give you a little bit more information about the One School, One Book program that we're about to embark on. First and most important thing that you need to do is go to the school and get your book if you haven't already. Go ahead and call the office and make an appointment to go up to the school and pick up your book as soon as possible so you can begin this amazing journey with us. Additionally, I wanted to let you know that there is going to be all of the information posted on our school website. Under the parent section, we've added a One School, One Book tab where the weekly activities, and all of the information that you need to do will be posted there weekly. On Mondays of each week, you should receive an email with the activities, the reading assignment, and all of the things that you need to do for the book. Feel free to do one activity or all of them. It's completely up to you as a family. There will also be a link for your reading log for your entire family to fill out, including all of your scholars, that I will report back to the teachers for completion. Some of the teachers are offering incentives like Shark Bucks and homework passes, so reach out to your child's teacher to find out what types of incentives they're offering for your students to work on those activities. Additionally, I wanted to remind you that once you pick up the packet, there's going to be a gorilla for your scholar to decorate and cut out. Whenever you're working on any of the One and Only Ivan activities, we ask that you take a picture and go ahead and head over to our Facebook page, Adlai Stevenson, and post those pictures, #AdlaiIvan, so that we can see and share in this magical journey with everyone in our school community. I want to thank you all for the hard work that you're going to put forth, and I'm just so excited about all the fun that we're about to have in the next couple weeks. So go ahead and get your book and go ahead and get started, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
One school, one book.
One school, one book.
One school, one
school, one book.
One school, one book.
The One and Only Ivan is a work of fiction, but the inspiration for this imagined tale lies with a true story. Ivan, a real gorilla, lived at Zoo Atlanta, but on the way to that happy ending, he spent almost 3 decades without seeing another of his own kind. Ivan was captured as an infant in what is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo. His female companion, reported to have been his twin, died en route to the United States or shortly thereafter, and Ivan was raised in a home until he became unmanageable. At that point, he was added to an odd collection of animals housed at a circus-themed mall in Washington state. Ivan spent 27 years of his life alone in a cage. Over time, as an understanding of primate needs and behavior grew, public discomfort with Ivan's lonely state grew as well, particularly after he was featured in a National Geographic special entitled The Urban Gorilla. A public outcry followed, including heartfelt letters from children. In 1994, when the mall where Ivan lived went bankrupt, he was placed on permanent loan to Zoo Atlanta, which houses the largest group of captive western lowland gorillas in the nation. Ivan became a beloved celebrity at Zoo Atlanta, where he lived contentedly with other gorillas, although he never sired any offspring. He was known for his paintings, which were often signed with his thumbprint. Ivan died on August 20th, 2012, at the age of 50. Ivan and Kenyani were real gorillas, and so, by the way, was Jumbo, whose story is recounted in this book. But all other characters and situations in the novel are entirely the product of the author's imagination. We hope you enjoy the book.
One school, one book, the one and only Ivan.
One school, one book. The one and only Ivan.
One school, one book. The one and only Ivan.
One school, one book. The one and only Ivan.
It's time for Fiore's Fun Facts. Brought to you by the letter F. Today is Gorilla Edition. This is Ivan. These are photos of the actual Ivan, the real gorilla from the one and only Ivan. These photos were taken of him after he had already been moved to the Atlanta Zoo. As you can see from the photo in the lower right-hand corner, they let Ivan continue exploring his artistic hobbies while he was at the Atlanta Zoo. Here's another photo of Ivan taken at the zoo. The fun facts I'm sharing with you today are from Diane Fossey. Diane Fossey was a famous scientist. she started a research center so she was able to study mountain gorillas. So because of the work that she did, we know a lot about gorillas today. Ivan is a Western gorilla. They are at a very high risk of extinction. They are critically endangered. Here are some more pictures of Diane Fossey, courtesy of the National Geographic Image Collection. So you see she actually went into the forest and lived with the gorillas. Okay, these are gorillas that are at our own Cleveland Metroparks Zoo. I took these photos. The gorilla on the left and the one on the lower right is Makolo. He is our male gorilla. He's a silverback gorilla just like Ivan is in the story. The gorilla on the upper right is a female gorilla. Gorillas are mammals, which means they have live childbirth, they drink milk from their mothers, and they have hair, just like us. Gorillas are also primates, which means they have opposable thumbs. That means they can cross their thumb across their hand to their opposite little finger. They have large brains and their eyes face forward. That is what makes them primates. So gorillas and humans, like us, are in the same animal family. There are two gorilla species. There are western gorillas and eastern gorillas. Ivan and these gorillas in Cleveland are western lowland gorillas specifically. Gorillas live in Africa, 9 countries in Africa, including Cameroon, Angola, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, Nigeria, and a couple of others. And as of right now, there are only about 130,000 gorillas left living in the wild. So that does not include the ones that are in captivity, like at the zoo. Took of our gorillas in the Cleveland Zoo. This is one of the females here. There's Makolo coming up around the corner. That's the male silverback, just like Ivan. Eating his vegetables like you should. Okay, this is a video from the zoo's Facebook page. So there's Makolo again, getting a checkup. As you can see, they have trained him to cooperate with his medical care. Makolo is 29 years old, I believe. I will go back and fact check myself on that. When gorillas are first born, they are called infants, just like human babies. Between the ages of 4 and 8, gorillas are considered juveniles. They become more and more independent from mom and spend more time playing with friends and exploring their environment. Before they become mature, adolescent male gorillas are called blackbacks. So like I said, Makolo and Ivan are silverbacks, so they are adults. Adult male gorillas are called silverbacks because as they mature, the hair on their back turn a light silver color. Gorillas are terrestrial animals. That means they spend most of their time on the ground, although you do see that they climb. They do climb trees, and if you ever go to the zoo, you will see them climbing platforms. They do climb trees, but that's not where they spend the majority of their time. Gorillas move by knuckle walking, which means they walk on their hands and their feet, and their knuckles are bent under their fingers. A gorilla in the wild can live to be somewhere between 30 and 40 years old. Everybody talks about gorillas eating bananas, but they eat a lot of things. They eat leaves, bamboo, fruit, bark from trees, stems from trees, and lots of other things. Gorillas are very peaceful, quiet animals. He just took a shot there in the arm like a champ, though. She's giving him a hand signal to turn around. And there's his treat box. That's what she's feeding him to get him to do all this stuff. Fantastic. They are peaceful, quiet animals, but when they want to communicate, they do so through grunts and grumbles or by small changes in their body language. There are lots of things that threaten gorillas, mostly losing their home to deforestation. So that is when the forests are taken down to build things. There is some poaching, which means there are gorilla hunters out there. Because they are endangered, though, that is illegal. There are a couple of things that we can do to help gorillas. We can help them in the wild by supporting the Diane Fossey Gorilla Fund. Again, Diane Fossey is the person whose foundation is where I'm getting this information from. We can recycle our electronics to stop coltan mining. So again, that's their deforestation. And we can spread awareness about gorillas and the problems that they are facing right now. All right, thank you for watching my fun facts for this time. I hope you guys enjoy One and Only Ivan. We are all super excited about this. I know I'm looking forward to it. See you again soon.
One school, one book. The one and only Ivan.
One school, one book. The one and only Ivan.